right, I'd just like to do a quick introduction to the drawing center. So what you're looking at right here is our drawing section with the exception of pen and ink. I'll show you that in just a minute. The first thing I want to talk about is our colored pencils. Colored pencils are along the top. We have sets of colored pencils, which need to remain sets. If you take a color out of a set, put it in the correct set, keep the set with you until you return it completely. We also have just a box of miscellaneous colored pencils that I generate as sets are destroyed. So you may choose whichever you prefer. The biggest thing to remember with colored pencil is that we cannot use them in our regular pencil sharpeners. They have wax that holds the pigment in them, and they will actually over time destroy our sharpeners, but it's not good for the pencils either. It also wastes them. So this is a colored pencil sharpener. I just take the lid off if there happens to be a lid. I stick the tip of my pencil into the sharpener and I rotate the two in opposite directions. If for some reason it is not sharpening, see that nice beautiful point? If for some reason it is not sharpening, I'm just going to tap it on the table, and if a pencil broke off in there, that will prevent it.
Would Brock Nelson please come to the office? Brock Nelson, please come to the office.
That'll prevent it from sharpening. Also, another reason it may not be working is if the inside is full of pencil shavings. So I can take the top off, empty the inside out into a garbage, and then replace it. So those are how our pencil sharpeners work. Let me empty this quickly. Okay. Right here you will notice that we have drawing pencils. They are labeled 4H, 2H, 2B, 4B, and 6B. The bottom drawer not labeled, it's miscellaneous. Miscellaneous different types of erasers. You'll see those erasers. So the bottom drawer is erasers. You may help yourself to anything in here. Just make sure you put it back in the drawer you took it out of. So if it's a 4H pencil, make sure you put it in the 4H drawer. That's really important so people are remaining organized and easily able to find tools and materials. Right here we have construction paper, crayons, miscellaneous oil pastels. You'll notice they look a lot like the colored pencils. Sets of oil pastels. If you use the last color in a set, try and refill that set from the miscellaneous box. Sets of markers. Sets miscellaneous markers, same story. If a color dries out and you can replace it from the miscellaneous, we'd rather do that than pour this whole set into miscellaneous. But again, if a set's not complete, I don't want it in here, so we need to solve that problem. These two are not part of the drawing center, so I'm not going to talk about those right now. Chalk is a part of the drawing center, and I only have sets of chalk. I don't have miscellaneous chalk. The last part of the drawing center I want to talk to you about is scratchboard. This little section is not labeled, but we have scratchboard paper right here. You can just open it up and take one out. There's different types, some with white behind it, some with color behind it, some with glitter behind it. You don't have control what's behind the black as far as if you have glitter. It could be miscellaneous colors of glitter. The white, you always know what you're going to get. If you use a chunk of scratchboard and you have some left over, cut out the part that's left over and put it in the scratchboard practice folder. That way people can take one out and practice scratchboard without using an entire sheet of scratchboard. All right here are our scratchboard tools. All right, so you'll notice there's just some wooden dowels, but they're also holders with nibs on the ends, and these just scratch away the surface of the scratchboard. So at the end of the hour, you need to make sure and return the tools back to the drawing center when you are finished with them. I hope this helps you become a little bit more familiar with the drawing center.